This meeting is now called to order. This is the Intergovernmental Committee meeting for May 6, 2026. I am the chair, Councilmember Shanae Darby for the 2nd District. At this time, I will call for the roll for those members of the committee first. Do we have Vice Chair Councilmember Johnson? We have Councilmember Christian Willauer,
Present.
Councilmember Xanthia Oliver, and then we have Council President Trippy Congo. I would like to recognize other council members. We have Councilmember Colby Owens on the line. As a friendly reminder, only members of the committee should be making motions and seconding, and I shall proceed to the agenda. So our first resolution tonight is a resolution accepting grant funds from the Greater Wilmington Convention and Visitors Bureau to the City of Wilmington for the creation of a historic African American sites brochure. And the sponsor for this piece of resolution is myself, Councilmember Darby. The Visitor Bureau of Greater Wilmington, they're willing to give us $5,000 for this project. Just to give some background, probably for, I don't know, maybe 2 years now, we've been working on this project. We started off with doing community meetings with people in our city who were well versed in the history of the city of Wilmington, specifically African American history. We got together, collected as much information as we could. Over the last 2 years, we did the meetings, we have created presentations, we have had photographers go out to take pictures of things we couldn't find pictures of. We worked with our local historical museum. We worked with them. Worked with a few entities over the last 2 years to get to this point of we are ready to get these African American historical sites into a physical map and a online map where people will be able to do tours throughout the city of Wilmington that will show the significance of the African American community here in the city of Wilmington. So this resolution is simply to be able to receive those $5,000 funds. Any questions from council colleagues? All righty. Well, this resolution will move and it will be on the May 7th. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, that's tomorrow. Sorry. Yep, May 7th, City Council meeting, 6:30 tomorrow night. We'll vote on this. Our next resolution is establishing a permanent reparations implementation and oversight committee of City Council. So in my first, the sponsor for this is myself, but in my first term of being on City Council, we know that a reparations task force was created. It was actually pushed by our former president, Hanifa Shabazz. When she was president, she really wanted to get a reparations committee started. At the end of her term, she was able to get one, at least a resolution passed for us to start one. During my first term in City Council, we were able to have a reparations task force. I know Councilmember Owens, who's a council member now, but not at the time. He served on the reparations committee, and that reparations committee was able to meet over a period of time and come up with recommendations. Outside of that, these recommendations have just been sitting there, right? We haven't been working on them. And under the Intergovernmental Committee, I'm looking to create an oversight committee that will be able to come up with a plan of implementation for the recommendations that were made from the reparations committee from the last term. So simply this one is just, it's going to be, we'll appoint 5 members to sit on this subcommittee via resolution. They'll vote for their chair and they'll be able to review the recommendations and be able to work with council and the administration for implementing those things. So I don't know if I have any questions from my council colleagues. And I'm so sorry, I never asked about public comment for the last one or this one. I don't know, probably no public comment.
No hands are raised. Right.
All right, thank you. And the third resolution for tonight is a resolution recommending that the administration coordinates an alternative community-driven audit on Wilmington Police Department. So, again, in our last term, City Council all agreed that Wilmington PD, we passed a resolution that a external audit needed to happen with on Wilmington PD to look at internal practices. As a council person, I get employees who reach out to me who are Wilmington PD, who have talked about specifically the sexism and racism within the department. And then I also get, of course, community complaints where people are coming to me talking about their interaction with our Wilmington Police Department. So when I think about it on a day-to-day level, and then also understanding historical systemic issues with policing, and being able to have an external person come and be able to evaluate our department operations, our practices, our community engagement, publish trust indicators, to be able to look at that and say, how do we make our Wilmington Police Department better? How do we make sure that people are having better experiences with the police department? We have already engaged a consultant. This consultant has been talking to us for years about being able to come to the city of Wilmington to be able to do this external audit. And what I really liked about this particular consultant, as I'm making this resolution, and I mentioned them in the whereas clause, is that he talks about how we can't talk about police reform without talking about violence prevention. And we're right here in the midst of, we codified a community office of community safety to focus on violence prevention. I know some city council members are advocating in our budget that we put more money into the office of community safety so that we have, as I call them, the boots on the ground people being able to implement some of these violence prevention programs. I think this is the perfect time to have a consultant come in to be able to make sure that the foundation work of the violence prevention work that we're doing is in line with the police reform work that we're doing. So I think this is the perfect time for us to move forward with this as we're in conversations and codifying this office and getting it up and started. And hopefully soon the administration lets us know about their hiring process for this. But I don't know if I have any questions from my council colleagues. Any public comment?
None online, Madam Chair.
Okay. The last resolution, it will be held for changes, but it was a resolution encouraging the governor of the state of Delaware and a general assembly to expand investments in sustainable, affordable energy strategies. The sponsor is Councilmember Willauer, but she is holding for changes. And then we were going to have a presentation on liquor store outdoor advertisements tonight, but that is also going to be held. That was something that I was working with council staff on, but I'm looking to get more up-to-date pictures on some of the liquor stores. So hopefully we'll be able to present and have that conversation in our June Intergovernmental Committee meeting. I don't know if there's any comments from council colleagues. Any public comment?
Oh, there is a hand raised, Madam Chair. Jean Messick.
Jean Messa? Yes.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, the last two resolutions that you did, when will those be voted on? I didn't hear what date they'll end up at the main city council.
Yeah, May 21st. And they're right here in front of me.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, that would be all for tonight. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? I guess I can second.
No.
It has been properly moved and second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? A motion carried. Have a good night, Wilmington.